Most of you know by now that the Forest Service and the 4 land management agencies under the Department of Interior are struggling to recruit and retain wildland firefighters. Over the last few years, this has become a critical issue that affects most communities in the U.S. Wildfires are not just a California problem, nor are they a Western problem. This past spring, numerous areas in Wisconsin, New Jersey, and others in the East experienced serious wildfires that threatened homes, businesses, infrastructure, and the health of citizens. Federal wildland firefighters are being called upon to leave their families earlier and earlier to fight these destructive fires. One stark example of hiring redundancy is the Forest Service does not recognize the DOI agency's employee background checks, and the DOI does not recognize the Forest Service's. This unnecessary barrier leads to significant delays in hiring firefighters between agencies and departments, and is often the last piece of red tape in the way of onboarding wildland firefighters. We would ask Congressman Issa and the rest of the committee to include a provision in the bill to waive age requirement for veterans and others, as did the Land Management Workforce Flexibility Law. Currently, there is an age limit for permanent employees into special retirement system for federal wildland firefighters and law enforcement officers, which makes hiring veterans over the age of 37 extremely difficult.
I think we all want to see better pay for our wildland firefighters, but we also want to see our forest managed better. We want to keep these firefighters safe, and the best way to keep them safe is keeping them from having to fight so many fires. So can you please talk about why it's important for us to comprehensively address the challenges that wildland firefighters face, including better pay, but also better management on the ground?
Thank you, Chairman Westerman. Yes, you know, a lot of the things we're talking about today, a lot of people have left out the wildland firefighters on the ground who are doing the difficult work. And I want to thank Congressman Neguse for once again reintroducing Tim's Act that has a comprehensive package to take care of our federal wildland firefighters who show up every day. And so federal pay has lagged, you know, far behind much of the municipalities and state agencies in the West, some in the East as well, and certainly even private like PG&E and some insurance companies are luring away federal wildland firefighters for better pay and benefits. And so in order for us to, you know, retain and recruit federal wildland firefighters, we really need to look at comprehensive reforms in pay, housing, benefits, both mental health benefits and physical health benefits that we're talking about here today. So thank you for that question.
Of the bill, and again, grateful for you being here. And then to Ms. Duncan, thank you for being here. It's wonderful to see you again. And certainly we're grateful for the work that you are doing on behalf of wildland firefighters, and I couldn't agree with you more in response to Chairman Westerman's question. We all know there is a serious pay cliff approaching. The clock is ticking. We have limited time to address it, and I have been beating the drum here in Congress, of course, for years with respect to the comprehensive reforms that I think we need to get done as described and articulated in my bill and Tim's Act that we've spoken about, and of course you all have advocated for. But in addition to that bill, we've got to get this pay cliff resolved, and I just hope that we can work on a bipartisan basis, Mr. Chairman, both within this subcommittee, within the larger full committee, and of course with our partners in the Government Oversight and Reform Committee to get this done. Because a lot of wildland firefighters across the country who bravely sacrifice so much on our behalf are counting on us to get it done and to get it right. So no questions, but again, just want to thank you, Ms. Duncan, Mr. Godis, and all of the witnesses for their testimony.